Welcome to the show. You know where you are, the 9 at 9 with me, Tigo. And it's January. We got through the holiday season. We're doing the New Year's resolution stuff. And it's like, okay, what's 2022 going to be all about? Well, that's why we went to 5 days a week, because we have, over the almost 2 years now, connected with some amazing experts that specialize in different things. And if you follow me at all, you know anything about me, I'm a humongous fan of neuro-linguistic programming. And I'm also a big fan of Majic Johnson, that is, Michael Majic Johnson. So I invited him back. Hey, Michael, what's happening?
How you doing? It's great to be here. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Thank you so much for being here and agreeing to be one of our VIP experts for the first quarter of 2022. We got to dig into this because, man, we have been through a journey on this planet. We can't even say in the US or in Vegas or the Western Hemisphere. I mean, literally the planet.
I know.
And now we're starting to come out of it in a way, although they keep screaming about new COVID numbers. Doors are opening, events are back, and people are starting to plan. They have delusions that, we're going back to normal. I got news for you. This is the new normal. Different subject. We'll get into that later. And I got to bring the magic on. So, what's going on for you for New Year's? What do you want to tell people? Let's go. Let's share some magic, man.
Oh, man, that's the way to go. We got to bring out the magic in people's world. And, magic, the name Majic, I spell it with a J, Majic, and it kind of goes back to my roots from years and years ago. But through the years and on my journey, we created a nice little acronym because it was easier to remember some of the principles that we want to live by. And so I'm excited to share with everybody a little bit about what finding the magic in your life is all about, and what a better time to talk about it, or when would be a better time to talk about it than January?
New Year's.
Right?
Yeah,
New
this
Year's.
is what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
New year, new slate. People believe that, I don't know why they go to sleep on December 31st and all of a sudden the world is all right on January 1st. I don't get that. But it is a new year. And okay, tell me, what does Majic stand for other than one of the coolest dudes I know?
Well, thanks. I appreciate that. I got teased when I was younger. Majic was when I was playing basketball, and they always teased me because I played basketball. I wasn't nearly anywhere as good as the Majic Johnson. He was amazing, but they teased me because my initials were MAJ. So so it was a lot of fun to at least have the secondary nickname, but it kind of stuck. And like I said, we created that acronym. The first thing that we want to know, right? Here we are in setting these goals and trying to decide that we are going to make our life better. And what better way to start that with moving and motivating? Here's the thing. I love the M for move, but there is a certain element to motivation that is huge. I once heard one of the gurus out there saying, hey, motivation is garbage. And that is not true. Motivation is not garbage. We all need to motivate. In fact, if you remember the old Model T car, it you needed to crank the front of it before you could turn the engine on, right? You needed the motivation. And you know what? This is a great time of the year to get in and get motivated. And the best way to do that is to start moving. When you feel like you can't think of anything, when you feel like you're just stuck in the mud or you're stuck in the same rut that you always have been, the first thing you got to do is you got to move. You got to move your body. You got to get up. You got to start walking. You got to start exercising. You got to start dancing, whatever it is that you're doing. So you got to move. You got to motivate that body, the physical element, but that doesn't last.
Love it.
It doesn't last, and it will be a good motivator. But once you motivate that engine, now you got to do something. You got to do something to keep that motivation going. And the next best thing to do is get in alignment with yourself, not necessarily with the world. Heck, the world's going all over the place these days. It's going 10 different directions. You've got to get in alignment with you. What does that mean? That means a lot of things, but first and foremost, what the heck do you want? This is like the hardest question on the planet for people to answer. What do you want? Well, once you know and you sit down a little bit and say, hey, you know what? Let me go through the things that are most important to me, the things that matter the most. with my family, with the experiences I want to have. Get in alignment with that and then allow it to start to come to you. Allowing is such a challenging thing. We think we're doing it all the time, but we've got to actually step back, open up a little bit, and allow some of the energy of the world to come in, and some of the energy that you created through the motivation that you did in the first step, right? And those are
Okay.
so we're looking at some really great stuff, and that's just the M and the A. Okay.
Right.
Now that's easy because it's easy to remember Magic, right? Now the J. This is where it's important. Joy in the journey. This is talked
Oh,
about a lot. We talk about the power of now. We talk about being in the moment, but that joy in the journey is huge. In fact, I try to talk about it as much as I can. I wrote a whole book about being in the now, right? It's called Every Minute. And you've got to understand and start to accept as you allow and get in alignment with the things that is most important to you. Now you have to enjoy every minute. Whether you're sick that day, you got to enjoy that. And I know that sounds crazy. Whether things don't seem to be going your way, you've got to sit back and go, how can I enjoy this, even if it's not going my way? In the darker times, what it does is it sheds the ability, or it brings the ability to have a lighter day, to see the light and to be able to say, okay, that's my path and this is the direction I'm going. But you being able to experience all aspects is huge, right? There's always two sides to a coin, whether you like it or not. And we have to make sure that we get both sides so we can appreciate what we have and what we're getting and what we're creating. So that's the J, the joy in the
right.
journey. We've got to find that joy in the best way we can. And then we jump to the I. I is
Right.
inside out. This is huge, right? With so many weird things going on in the world, it is so easy to blame everything on the world. It's
Yeah, it
my
is.
boss's fault. It's my business. I don't have the cash flow I need. It's always outside. It's so easy to be looking at the outside instead of looking at the inside. So we've got to spend some time focusing on the inside out, right? And that's the I, inside out, right? So this is a big deal. In fact, we could spend a whole lot of time there, inside out. Okay. And then lastly, the C is we have to spend time creating our world. We are creators. Each of us are creators. We create the things that come to us. If you don't like what you've got in your world, take a look. You created it,
Yeah.
made it that way.
Yeah.
You can go back and you can change it, and it starts one step at a time, inside out. And that's what Magic stands for. So it's a perfect time in January to be stepping up and going, okay, this is it. This is when we are going to take the step to actually live in that magic state, right? Move and motivate, align and allow, joy in the journey, inside out, and create your world. Easy to remember, and each day is a step towards being able to create your world.
Now do you guys see why I call him Magic? He definitely understands the power of magic. You know, if you guys want to know more about Magic and connect with him, I mean, he's my buddy. I'm going to share him with you. The best way to get in touch with him, you guys know what to do. Go to the resource guide, the Tigo directory, go to tigodirect.com, click on the VIP, experts. Magic's in there. All of his resources are there. His websites are there. His social media is there. Don't call Tigo. Go ahead and connect with Magic. So tell me, Magic, are you coming back next month? Are you going to come share some more? What's going on?
Absolutely. Definitely going to be there. You're not going to want to miss it. We got some sweet stuff in store for you.
Woo, he shared the magic today and he's got more. That was just the outline. You want to be here next month. I wonder what's going to happen next month. Thanks for hanging out with me, Magic. I'll see you next month. Hey, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you'll come back next time. And as always, I'm Tigo. I'll talk to you next time.